Alright, what is good, YouTube fans? From a brand new video. It's another NBA simulation video. We got the all-time teams are all going against each other. We're going to see what is the best all-time team. I'm going to go with either the Lakers or the Celtics, but who knows? Apparently 2K absolutely adores the Knicks. They want them to be the greatest team to ever live, so it might be them, but who knows? Well, we're going to get into it to find out. I'm just going to pick the Sixers because that's my favorite team. It doesn't really matter because I'm not doing anything. All right, so we're going to go through the teams. I'm just going to go through the top three guys because it's just going to make it quicker. There's 30 teams, so it's a lot. So for the Sixers, you got Malone, Iverson, and Embiid. For the Bucks, you got Kareem, Giannis, Oscar Robertson. Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Derrick Rose. Cavaliers, LeBron, Kyrie, Mark Price. Celtics, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Bob Cousy. Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Bob McAdoo, Chris Paul. Grizzlies, Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, and John Morant. Atlanta Hawks, Wilkins, Pettit, Mutombo. Miami Heat, LeBron, D. Wade, Alonzo Mourning. Hornets, Rice, Walker, Jones. Utah Jazz, John Stockton, Karl Malone, the little kid toucher. All right, beat Maravich. Kings, Oscar Robertson, Jerry Lucas, Mitch Richmond. The Knicks, Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, and Willis Reed. The Lakers, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bean Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, this is going to be the best team. The Magic, T-Mac, Penny Hardaway, and Dwight Howard is somehow above Shaquille O'Neal. The Mavericks, Dirk, Luka, Derek Harper. The Nets, Julius Erving, Kevin Durant, Jason Kidd. The Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, David Thompson, Carmelo Anthony. The Indiana Pacers, Paul George, Daniels, and Jermaine O'Neal. The Pelicans, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, and Baron Davis. The Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Grant Hill. The Raptors, Vince Carter, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Bosh. The Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and James Harden. The Spurs, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and Tony Parker. The Suns, Steve Nash, Dennis Johnson, Amari Stoudemire. The Thunder, Kevin Durant, Gary Payton, and Russell Westbrook. The Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, and Karl-Anthony Towns. The Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler, Bill Walton, and Damian Lillard. The Warriors, Wilt Chamberlain, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. And finally, the Wizards, Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld, and Gilbert Arenas. If you want to look at all the players, no can do, sir. We only got people that are just here for some reason. So yeah, if I had to make a guess, like I said, I think that Lakers team is just too good to beat. They're like, the team is fucking insane. But we're going to sim to the end, and I'm going to try to see some of the top guys' stats. I'll see you then. All right, we're here with the MVP, Oscar Robertson. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. It's the first time I haven't seen Luka Doncic as the MVP ever in my life in this game, for real. Sixth man of the year was Nate Archibald. Yo, are the Kings the greatest team to ever live? Scottie Pippen, Defensive Player of the Year. Damian Lillard, Clutch Player of the Year. Yeah, that boy clutch. Lakers head coach got the Coach of the Year. And so did their executive, because of course. All-NBA first team, Oscar Robertson, of course. LeBron James from Cleveland and LeBron James from Miami. Penny Hardaway and Bill Walton. All second team, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, Julius Erving from the Nets, and Dirk Nowitzki. All third team, we got Bob Pettit, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dwayne Wade, Bob McAdoo, and Derrick Rose. All defensive first team, we got Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Scottie Pippen, LeBron James, and Bill Russell. What a squad. All defensive second team, we got Gary Payton, Chris Paul, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now let's take a look at the playoffs. So the Lakers are the 1 seed like I thought they would be. We got the Thunder versus the Rockets in the play-in, and then the Trailblazers versus the Timberwolves in the play-in. Lakers, like I said, is the 1 seed. Utah versus Denver. Sacramento versus San Antonio, and then Golden State's the 2 seed. We got Detroit versus Cleveland in the play-in, and then Orlando versus Brooklyn in the play-in. The Sixers, my Sixers are actually the 1 seed, which is tough. Chicago versus Miami, New York versus Milwaukee, and then Boston's the 2 seed. Moses Malone averaged 20 points and 11 rebounds. We're going to just pick the top player from each team. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 20 points and 10 rebounds. Michael Jordan, 24, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. LeBron James, 22, 6 and 10. Larry Bird, 21, 6 and 10. Kawhi Leonard, 19, 5 and 4. Pau Gasol, 20, 10 and 3. Dominique Wilkins, 21, 8 and 3. LeBron again, 22, 6 and 10 almost. Eddie Jones, 17, 2 and 7-ish. John Stockton, 15, 2 and 11. Oscar Robertson, we saw, was 21, 8, and 10 almost. Walt Frazier, 16, 2, and 10. Kobe Bryant, 22 and almost 10. Tracy McGrady, 23, 3, and almost 10. Dirk Nowitzki, 23, 8, and 4. Julius Erving, 21, 7, and 7, basically. Nikola Jokic, almost 27 and 9. Paul George, 24 and 4. Chris Paul, 16, 2, and almost 10. Isaiah Thomas, 22 and almost 9. Vince Carter, 21, 5, and 5. Hakeem Olajuwon, 21, 11, and 3. Tim Duncan, 17, 10, and 5. Steve Nash, 12, 4, and 11. Kevin Durant, 21, 5, and 7 almost. Kevin Garnett, 22, 11, and 6. Clyde Drexler, 21, 6, and 6. Wilt Chamberlain, 21, 10, and 4. Elvin Hayes, 16, 11, and 4. So that is all the top players on each team, what their stats were. I'm not going through all of them. It's a little too much. It seems like most guys, nobody really averaged over 25-ish points. I think might have been the most, if that. I mean, that makes sense because, I mean, this is the greatest rosters ever. Like, there's not teams better than this. So, of course. So what we're going to do now is simulate the play-in games. So the Houston Rockets are going to be playing the Lakers, and then the Thunder are going to be playing the Warriors. You got the Nets playing the Sixers, and then the Cavs playing the Celtics. So we're going to simulate this first round. So the Lakers beat Houston 4-1. Utah beats Denver 4-1. San Antonio beats Sacramento 4-2. Golden State sweeps the Thunder. Sixers beat the Nets 4-3. Miami beats Chicago 4-2. New York sweeps Milwaukee. And then Boston sweeps Cleveland. So right now, Boston, Philly, and New York are all obviously going to be... We figured they'd be the best teams. Miami makes sense as well. The West is a little bit... The West is a little bit more surprising. Not too much. I mean, you got the Lakers, of course. Golden State makes so much sense. The Spurs actually make sense. The Utah Jazz is where I'm actually a little surprised. I didn't think they'd be this good. But we're going to simulate the next round. I only simulated a game, but we're going to simulate the next round. And the Lakers fall to the Utah Jazz. 4-1 at that. And Golden State sweeps San Antonio. Sixers sweep Miami. And New York beats the Celtics 4-3. Yo, if the New York Knicks win the finals again, I don't think I could ever do another of these videos without taking the New York Knicks out. Because why does 2K act like they're the greatest team to ever live? Like, what is happening? So what we're going to do now is check out, there's 4 teams left, so I can look at some stats from each team. Go with the Sixers first. You got Moses Malone is averaging 24, 10, and 2. Allen Iverson's averaging 22, 2, and 9. And Embiid's averaging 21, 8, and 4. Dolph Schayes is averaging 19, 10, and 2. And then Julius Erving's averaging almost 26 and 7. For the Knicks, you got Walt Frazier averaging 17, 2, and 10. Willis Reed averaging 22, 10, and 1. Patrick Ewing averaging 22, almost 10, and 3. Carmelo Anthony averaging 23, 5, and 7. And then Richie Gerwin averaging 25 and 5. So for the Warriors, you got Wilt Chamberlain averaging 25, 10, and 3. Steph Curry averaging 23 and 11. Kevin Durant averaging 17, 6, and 5. Rick Barry 27 and 6. And then Chris Mullin 19, 4, and 6. And then last but not least, the Utah Jazz. You got John Stockton averaging 16, 2, and 10. Karl Malone 24, 10, and 7. Pete Maravich, 22, 4, and 10. Adrian Dantley, 16, 5, and 5. Mark Eaton, 9, 10, and 1. So those are your 4 teams, what they're doing in the playoffs. We're going to simulate the round. And, of course, the Sixers lost. So Wilt Chamberlain won the Western Conference Finals MVP, 27, almost 10, and 4. Walt Frazier won Eastern Conference MVP, 18, 4, and 11. So, of course, Sixers got swept because the Knicks is the greatest team to ever play the game of basketball. They only went deep with the Celtics so far. Warriors won 4-2 against Utah. Utah's run finally ended. So now we have the all-time Warriors versus the all-time Knicks. So you got Steph Curry and Walt Frazier, Klay Thompson, Richie Gerwin, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Mullins, Rick Barry, and Dave, I can't pronounce that, and then Wilt Chamberlain and Patrick Ewing. And the Warriors have Kevin Durant on the bench. If the Warriors don't win this, I can never do a 2K simulation again because it's just god-awful. We're going to go game by game. Knicks win the first game. Of course they do. Warriors win the second game. Knicks win the third. They win the fourth. They're going to win it all. 2K is the worst simulation ever. Walt Frazier wins Finals MVP. I will never do another simulation in 2K. And if I do, then I'm probably going to nerf the hell out of the Knicks because they just win everything, even though they're clearly not the best team. 2K's got a shitty simulation thing. And yeah, that's that. Peace.